Alright, it's time to finish up the legs. I have them cut square, 1.5 inches, and I like them tapered. I think they look better than just a square leg, and it's very simple to do. You can buy a tapering jig. This one I think came from Harbor Freight. It works, but I don't particularly like it. I got this idea from the Woodworkers Guild of America, and you can look them up on YouTube. So that's several videos on this. It's very, very simple to make. What you do is you grab yourself a piece of wood. You decide how the size of the bottom of your foot. In my case, it's going to be 1 inch. So you mark a line on your board, on your square stock, 1 inch, and then you decide how far down you're going to have your apron. The apron's the thing that goes across the table, and I decided 2 inches. So you put a little mark down there. 2. Give it another 1/2 inch, just so that your taper doesn't start before your apron starts. You don't want it tapering off and then have the apron with a space behind it. So anyhow, you line your bottom up with one edge. There's the 1 inch mark, and you line the 2 inch or whatever you decide at the top. Grab another piece of wood, the same thickness, lay it right next to where you have here. So it's there and there. You take your board away, run down a bead of glue, put your board back, make sure everything lines up just fine, let the glue dry. Once the glue is dry, take this away, your leg away, go down from the bottom and nail it or screw it on. Then take a little scrap of wood like this, nail it to there, and that will be your stop. When you put your leg in, that's your stop. Now, when you're tapering the legs, you want to taper, if it's a double taper, you want to taper the top and an edge, so that when you put the leg on, the outside edges are going to be untapered, the inside will be tapered. To keep track of things, what I like to do is put a little hole in the wood. Alright? Just there. I just took an awl and just stick it in and stick it in. The reason is then when you start sanding, you're going to sand off any marks that you have, and it's not going to be obvious where your taper is. So if you have a little indentation in the wood, then you know right where your taper is going to be, or where your taper is. Right? So, having said that, let me taper a piece and show you how it works. This clamp, yeah, Harbor Freight too. Now, once you cut your taper, it's not going to be, the clamp won't fit it anymore because you've tapered that away. So you save a little piece of the wood, just stick it under and then push it through. So, let's see, what do I have? All right, so I'm ready. And what I do, as I said, is put a little dot there, another one here, and that's where I'm going to tape. Those are the ones I'm going to taper. So I'll put this into the jig, and lock it down, start up the saw, and go. Okay, once you have that done, take it over to the router table. You want to round off all 4 edges. And that's how fast it goes. All I have to do now is slightly sand that down, and I've got the leg. So you can see it takes under 2 minutes to make a leg. So I just have a few more to do. Do that, and then I'll move on.